Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at audiblepodcast.com/Sorgatron Media. Over 75,000 titles to choose from for your iPod, iPhone, or MP3 player.
I cannot believe it. We're here in Dayton, Ohio for Ring of Honor, the greatest wrestling of all time. And this is Jim Cornette, and I'm waiting to see you morons. And where are you? You're in Philadelphia. We're not going to be in Philly until May 21st and 22nd at the arena. Then you need to be in Philly. Now you should be in Dayton. Your friend here, his name? Tim. Your friend Tim's the only one that has any sense. Fuck all of y'all. Thanks, bye.
Wrestling Mayhem Show.com.
It's the best day of the week. Today is the day that you have chosen to listen to the Wrestling Mayhem Show. This is DJ Lunchbox, putting it the fuck down for you. Let's fucking do this. Monday night, you know it must be raw. Leaders being a whore and not wearing a bra. Seeing his damn belt still spinning around his waist. I can ship at a rhymes on what comes out of his face. Tuesday night and it's EC Dub. Michael Q Knoxville join the club. If you sick of the shit, scream out boo boo. This ain't EC Dub and we can tell that too. Wednesday night, ROH on DVD. The best wrestling on the planet to the nth degree. Joe Damon's delirious, Daniel City, Kim McCarthy, Homicide, the Rottweilers, and Kenta Kobashi. Thursday night, TNA on Spike. Bruce is spoken, so that means I'm puking blood tonight. Shut up and show me the damn X Division and get SoCal balance in my line of vision. Friday night SmackDown, this is all life. Kicking back, watching wrestling every night. Kennedy, Boogeyman, Helms, Hardy, Guerrero, London, Kendrick, and the Stealing Show. RWF Scion in the weekly features. You're a student, we are the teachers. Shout outs to Jimbo's crew and to the D's, putting it down for Vim with the greatest of ease. Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your Wrestling Mayhem Show, as that's going the wrong way. This is Sorgatron, your master of ceremonies, as always, straight off of our trip to filthy Philadelphia and naughty New Jersey. And of course, also on the line, as usual, is my faithful compadre, DJ Lunchbox. How you doing this week?
Master of ceremonies. Awesome. This is DJ Lunchbox, newly appointed Blue Lantern, here to assure you that I will be well. Why, you might ask? Because you are now sliding along to the sounds of sensual, stylish, sexy Wrestling Mayhem Show. We've all been out and about, out of town, watching various sweaty men grappling and capering about, but we'll get to that. We're going to get that to that a little bit here in a little bit. Sorg first.
Yes, sir.
It fell apart there at the end. Sorg, what
That's fine. That's fine. We got most of what you said. You have a wonderful South Park-ish face going on there. I don't know. Yeah. It always catches you with your eyes closed for some reason. Our bandwidth is going to shit.
I'm like Mitch Hedberg, man. I do most of my stuff with my eyes closed.
There you go. But we're gonna move along. I mean, we're gonna muscle through it, I guess. Hope the internets keep working for us. Hopefully we fix that soon. We did get a donation of about 100 feet of Ethernet cord from Mad Mike. So
100 feet? I thought you were gonna say $100. I was like, shit, man, I ain't pulling out another tooth.
There you go. Exactly. How is the tooth feeling?
Excellent. Good. Fantastic.
Can't see anything. Just so you know, your video.
Frozen, aren't I?
It's coming in waves. That's fine, but we'll work with it. It's all right.
That's what she said.
Right. So, anyways, like I said, we're coming off a lot of stuff, and I lost all my notes. As usual, you check the show out weekly here, WrestlingMayhemShow.com. So you guys can join us in the live chat and everything. There's a lot of people in there. Twitter, Mayhem Show. In the chat room tonight, we got Mad Mike, myself, and DJ Lunchbox. We got the Mayhem Missy joining us, as well as Hot Wheels and WrestleFan, who will be joining us later in the show, and several guests of a various nature. Sorry, I lost my keyboard. There we go.
Oh no, that's super important for a computer.
Like I said, and there, some visualizations. There's your WrestlingMayhemShow.com. for you to join us, and there's the chat room going right now, and there's the Twitter page. I said at Mayhem Show on Twitter.com. Also, join us on YouTube. Lunchbox just subscribed to us finally, where you can go on here and check out all the video versions of the episodes without a hefty download from iTunes, where we are also available. And also, while you're at it, go ahead and join up here to the Wrestling Mayhem Show fan page. Become a fan. Hang with the fans. Do what the fans do. And it's not letting me check this picture out. Hold on a second. We're going to a web page here that we didn't put on the main site, but there's a family portrait. Like I said, we went and saw King of Trios. There's Mayhem Missy with her new family, the Colony.
Fantastic.
So, and also hold on. And also join us our Delicious Stories, delicious.com/Wrestling Mayhem, to catch links to all the stories that we talk about and the ones we miss because we always run out of time. But anyways, DJ Lunchbox, I think we need to get right into it. Let's get right into that fan mail, that beautiful fan mail.
Let's do that exact thing.
All right, let me get you back up here. Soon I'll have a second thing, so we can easily switch between that computer and your. This is only a second week doing that, and I put the notes way over there on that computer for some reason, which was a stupid idea, obviously. Anyways, the fan mail.
The fan mail. Evening, peeps. This is the report for 4/26/2010. From Sean Burkhead. After watching last night's Impact, I have a suggestion for TNA. They should do the tape show on Wednesday night, so they can see the rating for the live show and keep what works and dump the rest. Team 3D, you fail. 1, you didn't take advantage of Morton picking to Neil. Excuse me. Number 2, you can count out World Tag Team title match. Lastly, you do stay and help Jess Neal and allow Matt Morgan to beat his ass twice. The only thing extreme about Team #D is their waistlines. You got a name for Orlando Jordan show next week. It should be called the Snore Zone instead of the O-Zone. Wow, TNA, you really explained the new rating system now, didn't you? Come on, you're copying American Idol now? Overall, the first hour was really good, and the second hour made me bang my head against the wall. Question of the week: what do you think of a Jess Neal and Shannon Moore tag team? That sounds great.
Jess Neal and Shannon Moore. Well, you know what? The two guys with mohawks, I guess, because we're all about commonalities and tag teams. I don't know. They need. I guess. Do they need the tag teams? Do they need more tag teams? Because they're not doing anything with the ones they have. I guess they only have like probably 3 or 4 tag teams technically. So why not? They got enough roster, right? Give them something to do.
Yeah.
So they're not.
Until next week, I'm Sean and I'm out. P.S. TNA start the countdown call to sign Mickey James, Katie Burchill, Shelton, Jimmy Wang Yang, Charlie Haas. To make room for these new arrivals, TNA released Team 3, The Outsiders 6-pack, and Orlando Jordan.
Yes, all pretty much worthless. I mean,
great.
Let's do something cohesive with Orlando Jordan. I guess they explained away the last few weeks by calling it art. And have him come out in a fluffy glued-on tutu or something. I don't know what that was going on. I gotta be honest. I tried to watch the draft more than I watched TNA this week. Although from what I saw from TNA, it looked all right. I am having a hard time watching both of them after this weekend. We'll get into that a little bit later. So this might be interesting tonight. What's that?
Huh?
Oh, I missed what you said.
I think.
Oh, okay. Ghost in the Internets. All right, next one, Rock and Roll Outlaw Mail by Sean Brayfield. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, fans and friends, here, there, and everywhere, it's time for the one and only, the often imitated but never duplicated, the Rock and Roll Outlaw Mail. I should just record that.
I had this one. Maybe I deleted it or something. Where the fuck did that go?
It's from 9 hours ago. Am I the only one who had a problem with John Cena's horseshit victory at Extreme Rules? I mean, I think that was one of the most heelish things ever, and a stupid ending to that to a match that, for being 2 of my least favorite wrestlers in history, was not half bad. It definitely goes against John Cena's Superman gimmick if he had to resort to stupid stuff like that just to win. And yet, the people cheered. Oh well. Well, you saw it in person. What did you think of that? What was the reaction from your section there?
If you give me a second, I'll tell you my exact thoughts. And I'll tell you what my section thought. My section thought it was fucking great because I love John Cena. I did disagree. My fuzzy little man, and I'll tell you why. Hold on. I'm bringing up my tweet. I tweeted as soon as
you tweeted. Okay. I was like, you have a prepared statement for this, or
I do technically. All right. Well, first, let me say it was hilarious because Batista hit Cole with a monitor twice. He was pissed at Cole. Cena, big cheater. That was a big heel move. Crappy ending to a match that was exceeding expectations. Honestly, I thought I didn't have high hopes for the match. It was a great match. I was really into it. Batista looked good for the first time in ages. I could even deal with John Cena. And that ending, I agree. It doesn't build Cena as a strong face or a strong anything. That's a heel move. That's what a heel does to a good guy. And he did it to Batista, and everybody loved it anyway because they loved John Cena regardless.
And he couldn't beat him because he couldn't beat him.
Exactly. And now, now I want to see more. I want to stay, and I haven't felt that way for years and years. So that was my reaction. And Dawn and Jack both agreed with me. Just bullshit ending is what that was.
All right. You guys more. Last night was the 2010 draft, and it was not a bad show. Segment of the night easily goes to Baby Ted. Oh, there we go. Baby Ted when he was in the back looking for someone to be his Virgil. R-Truth is a lot better on the mic than I remember him being. Has he been there that way for a while, and I just haven't noticed it? Or was last night just really good showing by the suntan Superman?
Get it?
You know what? R-Truth is, maybe it's just what they've been giving him. You know what I mean? But he really got into that, and hopefully you see more of it, you know?
I don't like it when R-Truth does things.
Okay.
That's my official.
Don't you? We were talking about this. Don't you kind of think him and JTG are going to get together? I believe they're both on Raw now.
No. JTG was going to be on Raw, and then they said, "Oh wait, that's a mistake." And
really?
Back on SmackDown. Yeah.
Interesting.
Fucked up.
Well, I have the list marked, so we can go over that a little bit later. Also, I guess my Batista winning the number one contenders match does that kill rumors that he's leaving? Maybe not, though. Hopefully not. Fuck Batista. And he spells it Boo-Tista. Oh, fuck me. Hey, we haven't been recording this the whole time on video. There we go. All right, and welcome to the Wrestling Mayhem Show. And you did not have much video there going on. Sorry about that. Let's see what was there.
Wait,
okay, I might have.
Are we starting over? What's happening?
No, we're good. Keep going. We can fix
right.
this in post. Fuck Batista. Fuck him in the back of his wrinkly head. Go away. Retire. You suck. So TNA has consultants now to talk to their fans to try to figure out what the fans want to see and why the TNA ratings are in the shitter. Funny, because I seem to remember hearing about that somewhere before. Where was it? Oh yeah, it was WCW. And funny thing, they found out that the TNA crowd still has positive feelings about the original ECW. So rumor has it that they're trying to get Paul Heyman to come in and head an original ECW stable. Man, gotta love TNA and their originality, huh? But hey, at least TNA has blood. Yeah, there's been rumors about that, although I don't think we're gonna see Mr. Heyman pop up anytime soon. He's got too cushy of a job, and I'm pretty sure he absolutely despises Vince Russo and Hulk Hogan. So
he's got a brain. He's not gonna.
That's true.
Parts of that.
That's true. Well, fans and friends, we've reached the end of the latest outing. So until we meet again, I am Rock and Roll Outlaw, and I can win a last man standing match without duct tape. Be jealous. So yeah. Also back on that. With the Paul Heyman. You know, I think the only way he would come in is if he was given enough control like Hogan and Bischoff have now. But he doesn't have as many tools as like Bischoff and Hogan have with name value and Eric's experience in trying to get what he wants in the television domain. You know what I mean? So well, and like I said, we got another email from Mayhem Missy. We'll read that in a later segment when we start talking about this weekend. I do have a voicemail. I have several voicemails from Mr. Big Freaky.
Oh my. Oh my.
That's okay. I just got one. Here we go.
It's time to reach out and choke some.
Calls from the Mayhem.
Yeah,
Guess what, kids?
Oh, whoops. He was talking a good bit about WCW TNA TNA Raw from last week. Unfortunately, but he did have this I thought was interesting.
And because I haven't made people question my sexuality enough yet, so I'll say it. God damn, Big Rob looks even bigger than before, than even like a month ago. I mean, goddamn, are there just fucking water fountains with steroids at Universal Studios, man?
There you go. Yeah, he's still on the Big Rob train. Yeah,
love Big Rob.
Yeah, Big Rob is like getting the big push against Team Flair and everything. It's ridiculous. I don't know. I can't support this. I don't even know. So yeah, there's that. He also left several voicemails. Another voicemail with some questions for Mr. Logan Chulo, which we'll get to here in a little bit.
Chulo.
So, DJ Lunchbox, I think it's time for the musical break. But before that, we do have a new segment that's premiering after this song. A little bit something. It's called. You'll see. It's a little something from a member of the show, Mayhem Missy here. LB, tell us what we're listening to, and we'll get right to that.
What we have here is I need to see what song first. It's okay. All right, sorry about that. What we have here is a dark little piece of digital activity called Against Geneva. It is brought to us by band Cellmod. To me, it captures images of the darker side of NES games. I think you know what I'm talking about. I think you'll agree. Wrestling Mayhem Show. Enjoy.
The Wrestling Mayhem Show recommends highspots.com for all of your wrestling needs. Whether you're a wrestling fan, worker, or promoter, looking for figures, DVDs, or equipment, High Spots has what you're looking for.
Hi, I'm WrestleFan 2000 from the Wrestling Mayhem Show. When I want a Jeff Hardy figure to jump off my race car bed onto a crowd of Lego people, I make sure to get them from highspots.com. Mom, I'm gonna clean it! Mom!
Click the link for High Spots on WrestlingMayhemShow.com to support the show when you want to purchase anything wrestling related. High Spots has what you're looking for.
It's right there. I don't use one of these. See, the columns, I took an art history class.
Okay.
The columns there are called constitutional columns. They represent the Constitution. And everyone knows that the Constitution was...
From Roman times?
No, it was written in Times New Roman. And written in Philadelphia. Right, Dr. Emily?
Yeah.
They're just jealous that I'm a historical genius. And I'll be leading all the historical constitutional tours
You're
on this trip.
Your knowledge.
Yes.
And all the things you learn.
Yes, art history classes. I mean, I'm a certified teacher, so we're gonna be learning all about Philly. Yes. Hello, my students. It is I, Mayhem Missy, your teacher.
I'm learning things.
Hey, this is Sarah Del Rey, and you're listening to the Wrestling Mayhem Show.
The men of the Wrestling Mayhem Show.
No, you didn't do that, did you?
At WrestlingMayhemShow.com.
What's up, guys? We're back. Wrestling Mayhem Show 216. Hope you enjoyed the lessons with Mayhem Missy. If you enjoy those, let her know. Hit us up, goodtimes at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Maybe we'll continue that. There will be at least a few for the next few weeks. We have plenty of video coming from the Chikara trip to Philadelphia over this past weekend. More than I can handle right now. We need our interns. But on the line right now, pleasure to have him join us. Mr. Logan Shulo, the Frontman, is on the line. How you doing tonight, sir?
Hey, I'm doing great, guys. How are you?
All right, I could be better. I'm not hitting record on things, and apparently I can't talk. So bear with me here. And LB, of course, is on the line still. The chat room's already going. That's all I'm seeing are lots of O's and the rest of your names in there somewhere.
Awesome.
Well, first, how's it going with you? You're you have a pretty young wrestling career. We've seen you kind of come up in IWC. I mean, how's it been with you lately?
Man, it's going great, man. Learning stuff all the time. I feel like I get better every time. I try to get better every time.
Mm-hmm.
And IWC is a great company, and got a lot of great people behind me.
Yeah, we've seen you grow over the last couple years. The most interesting development has been this the Frontman Logan Shulo that's come out in you. Can you tell people that haven't caught you yet in IWC or anywhere else a little bit about what's going on with that?
Yeah, well, prior to being the Frontman Logan Shulo, I would say I was just kind of Logan Shulo, your general good guy who really didn't say much, really didn't express much, I guess you would say. And so I finally decided, you know what, I'm going to be the person I see myself as, the person I want to be, and the person I really feel like I'm closer to in real life, and became the Frontman. So Frontman really is a lot of what I am, and it's what I do. And so I just decided, all right, that's going to be me from now on.
Are you in a band in your other profession?
No, I was in a band. Currently not in a band. It was nothing very serious. I play a bunch of instruments. It was always just kind of a jam band thing. Play little places, nothing for a ton of money. And so now I'm just kind of on my own solo, kind of the way I like it.
So we're not going to see you coming out in Guitar Hero anytime soon, like the Rock and Rave Infection used to.
No, it's nothing like that. And reason being, I'm the real Guitar Hero. I don't have to play the video games that you would like to be a rock star. You know what I mean? I'm the real thing. I can play the instrument and I can perform in front of people.
But if given the chance, could you beat Lance Hoyt in a Guitar Hero competition?
I believe I could.
Okay.
Seems simple enough. So
we're going to have to see if we can pull strings and get that set up. Love to see it.
Sounds good.
Excellent. So let me get right into the fan questions before I forget that, because I've been great with the notes tonight. Big Freaky called in. He's a frequent caller in the show.
Sure.
And he left a couple here. First of all, I understand he says that you've worked with Claudio Castagnoli recently. He asks, how was that, and did you learn anything from working with him?
Yeah, absolutely. He was a great guy. I worked with him a few years back. I would say it was probably my 5th or 6th professional match.
Mm-hmm.
Not to say I've had that many as of right now, but so I was really new to the IBC, and Norm Connors at the time put me in a match with Claudio, and I couldn't have been happier. Claudio was great. He walked me through the match and was willing to listen to any ideas, and he really gave me an idea of what it was like to work with a real pro.
Excellent. Did you have any aspirations to take on Los Ice Creams in the future? In a completely unrelated note.
Can you repeat that?
Are you looking to take on Los Ice Creams in the future in a completely unrelated note?
No offense to whatever you just said, but I don't know. I don't know who that is. I don't know what that is.
All right, never mind. And he asks, going back to Big Freaky's questions, he asks your dream match, like not so much, the usual, who would you like to wrestle, so and so. He asks more, who would you like to work with, that would help you get better in the ring to learn from, like in the case of Claudio.
Are we talking, guys on the independent scene, guys in TNA and WWE? Are we talking anybody?
I think he left it open-ended. But if you want to go one of each, that's fine.
If it was a reasonable guy, like somebody who's just recently on the independent circuit, things like that, I guess you'd say.
Mm-hmm.
I know Tommy Dreamer is out there. I don't know if he's taking bookings or what it is, but I mean, shows in the New York area. I think it would be a great experience to work with him. Just a guy who's been around for so long and knows so much.
Mm-hmm.
As far as guys in the WWE, or TNA got Kurt Angle. I just imagine how much you could learn from somebody like him. In the WWE, there's just a ton of guys. I mean, CM Punk is great. Rey Mysterio. Of course, you got Undertaker, Edge. I mean, yeah, any of them would be great for me. Anybody would help out,
Mm-hmm. He also asks, this is kind of a big question, but he brings up Chikara, Evolve Wrestling, Ring of Honor, and of course Dragon's Gate. He asks, do you want to go to any of those, and how do you think you would fit in, especially with something that's a little more of a different take, like a Chikara or something?
Yeah, and to my own discredit, I'm not completely informed on all of those, on all their styles. I mean, it's a lot faster paced and a lot more in, out, up and down, non-stop kind of action company. I know a little bit about Ring of Honor from what I've seen on the internet. It all seems more geared towards the MMA, which I really enjoy that. I would be open to any of the companies for sure. Any way to get experience, any way to try out a new style would be fun. I wouldn't be contacting these people trying to get work there, but if the opportunity arose, I would take it.
Certainly. And then last from Big Freaky, he asks, he claims that he was the guy that got into it with you over your mic stand at the last IWC show at CCAC. The question he poses is, wouldn't it be more convenient to have a smaller weapon?
I'm trying to think of who this guy was. I think I tried to throw a Shigovich on, actually.
I'm sorry,
as far as the mic stand goes, it's not a weapon. that's simply who I am. I don't, if it comes into play as a weapon, you know, it's never really
or to hit the camera, or to hit the cameraman.
Yeah, hey, I know that's happened, and you know, that was not by design. Just as it's not by design when I bring it out there to use on my opponents, but you know, sometimes I need to use something to make it there. Okay.
That's okay. That's okay. Cameraman's always the victim. We understand that here on this show.
Right.
So, going from that, of course, the big Super Indy was the big thing to talk about. Coming up here in just under 2 weeks on May 8th at Court Time Sports Center. It's a big tournament this year. You know, again, only one day, but still 12 competitors, ending in a 3-way for the finals. You take on Johnny Gargano in the first round. A lot of guys from Chikara, from AIW, that have been all around the scene. First time guys for IWC in a lot of cases. Colin Delaney, amongst others. I think Frightmare's on there. Flip Kendrick. What's it like to be a part of this big thing, and what do you think about your competition lead in there, especially Johnny Gargano in the first round?
It's great. Great event, great tournament. I think the fans will definitely get their money's worth. They can watch the show and see the tournament, see the IWC and the IWC can put together, really. I'm looking forward to the competition, that's for sure. Me and Gargano, I think we could have a really good match. We'll have to see how it goes down. You know, we're not on the best of terms right now, but I do believe we could put on a good performance, and that's what I'm all about. As far as the other guys, the Chikara guys, AIW, cool to meet them. I got nothing against them right now, but, you know, if they try and take the spotlight away from me, then we might have some problems.
Who amongst, let's throw this out there, who would you like to see, who would you like to face in the finals for the other two opponents? I don't know where the brackets stand, but overall, who would you like to see in there?
I'm a fan of Shima Zion. I would like to see him at the end. Let's see, who else do we got in there? I know we got Howard. Is it Trevor?
I'm sorry?
I'm trying to think of the guys that are currently in the tournament. There's one dude, I saw he's got a crazy mask. Frightmare is his name.
Yeah.
And he seems interesting to me, so I'd like to see him. Of course, you know, like a guy like Azrael is in there. He's always good.
It's good to see Azrael back. I don't think we've seen him in over a year.
Yeah, right. I remember him stopping in IWC a while ago, and I thought he put on a really good match, and haven't seen him since then.
Excellent. Let me check real quick. There's been a major support for your mic stand in the chat room, by the way. Riz says, how can you not love the effing mic stand? So I think it's a issue with big freaky there. What do you think of current IWC champ Jimmy DeMarco from Mad Mike?
Who's that from?
Mad Mike. He's a New Yorker that's often on this show, and he's actually traveled down for a few IWC shows. Okay.
Yeah, as far as Jimmy DeMarco goes, you know, we're not the best of friends. We don't talk often, to be honest with you. I have to give him credit. The guy never stops fighting. He's got a lot of fire when he's in the ring. And as of now, I have to say he has been a pretty respectable champ for the IWC.
Going through your MySpace, I was looking for pictures for the show and everything. I came across this. I'll pop up on screen for you video guys. How was it meeting Ric Flair?
Oh man, that was great to have him come to the IWC. Such a legend, such a star, and I got obviously I got the chance to meet him, take a photo with him. Man, that was big for the company as a whole. It was big for me as a fan of him, and it was great. Super nice guy. I came up to shake my hand, which, you know, I was a little reserved when it came to that, and he was really open, really cool. Talked to everybody for a little while, and then did his thing out in the ring. It was a great event, and I have nothing good stuff to say about it. Cool.
Awesome. So you're coming up Super Indy. Is there anything else coming up you want to tell the people about?
I know, just to watch out for Logan Shulo. You never know what I'm going to do. You never know what I'm going to say. You should always expect a great performance.
Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, the frontman Logan Shulo, thank you for joining us here on the Wrestling Mayhem Show. I believe you do have a MySpace if people want to go check you out. MySpace.com/Logan Shulo, if I'm not mistaken.
That's great.
All right. Thanks a lot, Logan, and we'll see you at Super Indy.
All right, guys. Take care. Thanks a lot.
All right. Thanks. So Logan Shulo joined us on the phone there. Another great talent out of IWC, friends of ours over there at the International Wrestling Cartel. If you want to check that out, check out Super Indie. Go to IWCWrestling.com. There's links right there for everything going on there. Like I said, Frightmare, Lois Linden, Shima Zion, Lince Dorado, a couple of Chikara guys, couple of AEW guys, a lot of really good talent there. And we'll be talking about that more later in that show next week, I'm sure. In the meantime, I think we're going to go ahead and go to break, hit our next musical break, and come back, and we're going to talk about our respective trips over this weekend and everything going on with the WWE draft and everything. LB, did I lose you? I don't know if you're frozen or you're just doing your best impression of a lawn gnome.
Fun fact, I was frozen. Or not frozen. I was muted during that entire interview, and it was my fault. I accidentally muted myself.
Oh, were you trying to ask questions?
At one point, and then I gave up, and then realized, I was muted. So my apologies to Logan Shulo for that.
Oh man. Okay. Well, what's coming up here?
All right. How about a little hip hop? A little uplifting rhythm to raise your spirits. The song is Nomad. The artist is Idris Goodwin. And this is a Wrestling Mayhem Show.
So where we going to now? When will we get there? Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Let's not forget where we've been. Nomad is moving again. Keep on moving again. This ain't the ending for us. This is where we began. So where we going to now? When will we get there? Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Let's not forget where we've been. Nomad is moving again. Keep on moving again. This ain't the ending for us. I ain't a rock, I ain't a hill. I need a spot where I can chill till the sun go down and I wake up. Still, my mind's a rocket and it's fuel filled. Will I figure out the puzzle yet? Nah, I need more pieces to the puzzle set. I remember when the truck was packed to the brim. Left Detroit, Michigan, and all of my friends. We was all poke lips and pouts, even though we didn't know what we was pouting about. And we whined and complained about the suburban lane, but it made me hit the midnight train to Chicago's brain. Consider pictured in frame, trying to get local fame, trying to explain all that's been ingrained. Taught me losses and gains, how to take a shot. Yes, the people and the weather both got cold a lot. Second floor apartments needed double locks. Neighborhood bosses and not so subtle cops. 11 years or so, check the check I was po. Stayed in the go, but I left to go. So where we going to now? When will we get there? Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Let's not forget where we've been. Nomad is moving again. Keep on moving again. This ain't the ending for us. This is where we began. So where we going to now? When will we get there? Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Let's not forget where we've been. Nomad is moving again. Keep on moving again. This ain't the ending for us. New Mexico, where did you go? Why? Santa Fe for Adobe House? Far. 8 o'clock, get quiet, dark stars. Every morning on my porch where I write bars. I'm in the lab like a scientist, and I'm remixing like an alchemist. See, I had to go and get my focus right. Nah, cause it don't really happen overnight. So much happier now that's familiar with scowls and the gold medal growls and the bone breaking howls. Break the confidence down, and we've been so endowed. Opportunity found, now that's financially bound. Soon as Midwest again, cornfields in the hens. Grab my pad and my pen. I can live anywhere when I know where I've been. I can live anywhere when I know where I've been. I can live anywhere. So So where we going to now? When will we get there? Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Let's not forget where we've been. No matter's moving again. Keep on moving again. This ain't the ending for us. This is where we begin. So where we going to now? When will we get there? Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Let's not forget where we've been. No matter's moving again. Keep on moving again. This ain't the ending for us.
This is Johnny Gargano, the bee's knees, the cat's pajamas, and the whole shebang. Not Johnny Bananas, by the way, even though I like to eat them. And you're watching the Wrestling Mayhem Show.
It's Sorg of the Wrestling Mayhem Show.
We're going streaking!
At WrestlingMayhemShow.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Wrestling Mayhem Show 216. Thanks again to Logan Shulo for talking with us in the previous segment there. Hope you guys are having fun here. It's time for our roundtable. Well, first, Shulo. But first, I want to talk about, we got the copy just in today, audible.com. Let's, we got the Audible, thing that we talked about last week. So I just want to let you guys know about, for you, the listeners of the Wrestling Mayhem podcast, Audible is offering a free audiobook download with a free 14-day trial to give you a chance to check out their service. I've tried the Audible service. I've listened to plenty of audiobooks. DJ Lunchbox is a big fan of the audiobooks, and you can get your free audiobook by going to audiblepodcast.com/Sorgatron Media. You can sign up there. You have 14 days to try it. Either way, if you cancel before that 14 days, you get to keep the audiobook free of charge. So go check that out. Search audible.com if there's something that you like on there that you want to check out and see how it would be. I know people are into Harry Potter books, a lot of fiction, a lot of nonfiction. Makes it a lot easier to listen to. LP, I know you've listened to a lot of stuff. Is there anything that you'd like to recommend from that?
I absolutely would, Sorgatron. In my former job, I was constantly in the car driving 300 miles a day at least, and audiobooks are a great way to pass the time for long road trips. Basically anything you can do if you can have headphones in or be close to a stereo, audiobooks are the way to go. This week on the Wrestling Mayhem Show, DJ Lunchbox recommends Kitchen Confidential, the one Anthony Bourdain. You know him, you love him. He's got his own show on the Travel Channel, No Reservations. It's a fantastic show. He's snarky. That his love for food is what people know the best for. This book is no different. This is the book that started it all. Skyrocketed his career as a celebrity chef, a term he actually hates. It is part autobiography, talking about his time growing up as a child, his first experiences with food, his time at the CIA, Culinary Institute of America, he also describes his life as head chef of Leal, New York, over in Manhattan, child thematic. The crazy life of a chef, what really goes on in the kitchen, and honestly, I recommend this book to anyone who eats and anyone who wants to, especially to anyone who wants to work in the industry. It is well worth it, and you will know what you're getting yourself into. Kitchen Confidential by Anthony Bourdain. You can go and check that out. Pick it up today, if you like, as your free audiobook. If you go over to audiblepodcast.com/Sorgatron Media. Again, that's audiblepodcast.com/Sorgatron Media. Lunchbox sent you.
There you go. Thanks a lot. And like I said, if there's any books that you think wrestle fans will be into, I know there's not a lot of wrestling books on there, but there's a lot of extra stuff. There's a lot of freebies. Like I saw some Opie and Anthony stuff on there with like Chris Jericho interviews and everything. There's a lot of free content if you're a member and you stay on as a member, including a lot of old speeches, a lot of old radio stuff. So that, there's a lot more that goes with the actual membership as opposed to just buying individual books, which is really interesting over there. I've been hearing about it for years on other podcasts. I've gotten into it, and I'm happy to see audible.com pitching in for this show. So go to that link, get your free audiobook, help out the Wrestling Mayhem Show. If you enjoy it, especially if you're enjoying this week, the week you've been with us for a long time, and no risk to you. Even you check it out, check out the audiobook. If you don't dig it, you're still helping us out. So We really appreciate that. But in the meantime, it is time for us to have some fun. There's a lot to happen this weekend. There's a lot of miles that the Mayhem crew has put in. We have Mad Mike and WrestleFan in the corners of the United States on the line right now. How you guys doing?
I'm the best
around. You know I have to finish that every time you do it. No matter, if you would have spouted that off while I was sleeping in the hotel room, I probably would have finished it.
Wow.
Instead, he spotted something else off that Sorgatron finished.
Oh,
Steven.
There we go. Well, first of all,
he's not wrong.
Hey. What stays in New Jersey, or what happens in New Jersey, God, I hope stays in New Jersey.
It does.
Let's light off. Well, right off the bat, we do have an email, and Mad Mike, we'll talk with you on this one because you were actually attentive to this, and of course, Missy is in the chat room as well.
No, yes, she is.
So, Chikara King of Trios happened over this weekend, and there's a lot. Missy's account. Good evening, gentlemen. Sorg has probably mentioned by now at least a thing or two about our adventure this past week in the lovely city of Philadelphia. I wanted to put out there to read all over the interwebs my thoughts on the Chikara promotion. Before this weekend, I had seen random matches or clips from Chikara. I was in the same vein. I have seen the best of Chikara, though, personally. But this was my first time being in attendance or seeing a whole show. To anyone that doesn't know what Chikara is, check it out. Do yourself a favor and give it a try. Buy a DVD or even look it up on YouTube. You get a lot just by looking it up on YouTube. But please support them if you're digging it. Chikara is wrestling that doesn't take itself too seriously. Don't get me wrong, these guys are amazing wrestlers. They don't skimp on the talent one bit, but every guy and girl seems to be enjoying what they are doing. And to a fan like me, the shows that can, the shows and that, like me, that shows and that can make a big difference. Sorry, I read that wrong. That's why I'm not your teacher. There are a group of ants, old school basketball and baseball players, the evil Germans, Egyptian cobras, and so much more that are just so entertaining. So
there was also a giant fucking dragon.
Oh, we'll get to that in a second.
A huge fucking dragon!
So Mayhem Missy gives Chikara 2 very big thumbs up and recommends everyone go check it out. Hey, Sorg, you should throw in your 2 cents here. Oh, this is me. ChikaraPro.com if you want to check that out. They have a chat room, or a message board, so you can ask and, see what people are saying about Chikara101.com. Go check all that stuff out. Stay classy, Mayhem Missy, your teacher. So there you go. Dragon. Let me see if I can get a picture of Dragon here, in a second. But, yeah.
Boy.
So what did you think, Mad Mike, of the Chikara promotion?
I have to say, I had no expectations into Chikara.
Yeah.
Because I have the best of Chikara DVD, and I mean, to be honest, when I watched it, I'm like, okay, these are some good matches, but it didn't really pull me in.
Mm-hmm.
So I had no clue what to expect going in, but holy Christ, was it ever awesome.
Yeah, it was. I think I've seen the same thing. I've seen clips online. I've followed the podcast, the Chikara podcast, for a good bit now. And like you, I haven't seen one full cohesive show like that. And obviously we're getting in on pretty much the best of. This is basically the WrestleMania from what I understand. So we picked the right shows to start off with. So
and the way that they were able to go from ridiculousness to amazing 5-star matches seamlessly, like sometimes even within a match, was absolutely astounding to me. Like one match we saw a chain of slow motion wrestling.
Yes, yes,
And then,
even
like,
with the front row,
literally 2 seconds later,
with the front row waving in slow motion and reacting in slow motion, the crowd participation was astounding there.
Sork, they were chanting in slow motion.
Yes.
They said, "This is awesome."
And it sounded like a bad Skype connection, just like that too. And then you have a serious match, and then you'll have a tag gauntlet that has serious stuff going on, and then this guy comes out, Dragon. That thing wrestled, and actually wrestled pretty good. I don't know how that head stayed on. Okay, and he comes out with a guy called Steve the Turtle Wiener, who I beat his puppet in Connect 4 the day before. I mean,
and we chanted "Go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go."
Got to go Ninja, Go Ninja, Go. I mean, it was amazing. And then you'll have something like then we had Christopher Daniels and Eddie Kingston, which was a great match. You know, I mean, it was just all over the place. Wow.
And there was
That's the thing.
they
Like,
played R. Kelly's "I Believe I Can Fly" in the middle of a match.
Yeah, and had a slam dunk moment. It's pretty good. Matt Classic.
There was just so much. Like, when this DVD comes out, I encourage every single person to buy this DVD. Like, it's just the WWE and TNA can learn so much from watching Chikara. Like, just the pacing was brilliant. By the time it was over every night, we felt like no time had passed at all because everything moved so fluidly.
It was a 3 or 4 hour show each night. It did work out to about 8 matches each night. One night it was a half-hour tag team gauntlet, and they still had 8 matches on the card. You know, I suppose you could lend a little bit too. There was only, I think, 3 singles matches the entire weekend, but still. And then the talent they brought in, the Japanese guys were phenomenal. They had Big Japan and Osaka Pro represented. Big Japan were just beefy beast guys that have been through obvious barbed wire matches and were just obliterating people, and it was great, especially like that mixing. You know, you usually get the big guys like that mixing with the high flyers like Chikara is full of, and you know, it kind of slows down, the pace is off. I mean, how many bad Rey Mysterio and Big Show matches have you seen? You know, or Big Khali and anybody.
And also we saw Claudio Castagnoli fight a midget.
We did. The midget was awesome.
And we saw.
Oh my god. The midget got tossed so high into the air.
Mm-hmm.
I was very scared for the midget.
And the moves that we saw that we thought somebody was going to get stuck in the rafters. You know, it was unbelievable. And they're right. They really.
How one of the columns.
What's that? You broke up there. What was that?
I was just saying, I still don't Fire Ant scaled one of the columns.
Yeah, Fire Ant scaled one of the columns. We're standing by one of them, and I don't know how he scaled it. But again, like I said, this was at the ECW arena and everything. It was great to see such a historical place, and what the place is nice. I guess they have fixed up the place because I was pretty impressed with it.
And that's one of the things I think is real interesting about Chikara is like they do show regularly in the ECW arena, with, you know, mostly having very rabid, you know, crazy fans. And they really, you know, taken into Chikara. They, you know, it doesn't have to be, you know, this crazy, you know.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting because I was looking at the schedule sitting there at the arena, and one of the schools for both Chikara and CZW are hosted there. Like each one has 2 nights a week booked for schools. Regular shows with Chikara, regular shows with CZW.
I know originally Chikara and CZW worked together.
Yeah, there was a little bit of CZW talent that was there on the show. Don't remember the name.
To kind of go along with WrestleFan's point, Tommy Dreamer showed up, and and said shit. And the entire crowd, like, silenced him and said, no, you can't say that. So Tommy Dreamer corrected himself and said stuff.
In contrast with, like, IWC, you know, they say it is a family show, but, you know, but nobody really, you know, takes it into task when, like, a wrestler swears in the ring, you know, in the middle of a match or something. You know, it's not really embracing the family-ness like that, like this is. And this is basically cartoon and comic characters mixed with the best talent in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So
and some of those cartoon and comic characters honestly have some really good skill in them. Guys like I saw all 3 nights, like Hollow Wicked and Frightmare. Guys like the Colony are very they have the gimmicks.
Assyrian Portal.
They're very technically sound.
The guys in the Assyrian Portal are tremendous. There was one of the I have trouble pronouncing all of the titles and tournaments and everything. Don't worry, Matt Cross does too, and he was in the finals of one. But they one of the 4 ways they had as a qualifier for the Redaloya something or other. I'm sorry, Mike Quackenbush. I haven't learned them all yet. But it ended up with one of the Assyrian Portal, the smaller pale white guy. I haven't learned those names either. Ophidian?
Ophidian.
Okay, and I believe Frightmare, who we were convinced was Jason Gorey. We're convinced. We don't know he was really in Ohio that night. Well,
Frightmare will be at Super Indy.
Will be at IW. Yeah, will be at Super Indy, so we can prove whether he's Jason Gorey or not, for one thing. But they were their last 2 in their 4-way, in the 4-way elimination, and they had a tremendous match from there. And these are the 2 crazy masked character wrestlers, and they just had a ridiculous match in itself after they eliminated a couple guys. You know, it was great. It was just all good wrestling all around, and I'm on the Chikara train from here on. I'm actually considering to go up to Cleveland for that show at the end of June. So, because
and not to mention,
I've deemed this worth a trip to Cleveland for just one show. You know. So what was that, Mike?
Oh yeah.
Not to mention they had a fan conclave.
Yeah. The video's
because
already up.
It was a weekend event. The guys working there, you could tell that they have so much fun with their product because they were there all afternoon, interacting with fans. Colin Delaney put on one of the most memorable karaoke performances I've ever seen in my life.
Colin Delaney owns Montel Jordan's "This Is How We Do It." Ridiculous. They had their karaoke, which was a blast. Go check out this week's Chikara podcast right there on ChikaraPro.com. There's some cameos from us guys, especially when Ultra Mantis is being crowd surfed away to I don't know where. I think they let him out the building. I can't recall where that ended, but
don't stop
believing. Yeah. It was. Now we have to pay for that. Thanks. Yeah, it was tremendous. It was tremendous. Just watching the karaoke was worth the $10 to get in the fan conclave. And then the guys that we talked to, I talked to one of the guys from Big Japan. I talked to Christopher Daniels, a couple other guys, and from the non-regulars, it was a regular answer. They're like, I've never seen anything like this. You know, this is the most ridiculous but awesome thing in the world. You know,
and our good buddy Johnny Bananas was there.
Johnny Bananas, you'll see that next week. He played a game of Guess Who with Mayhem Missy. There's a picture on her Facebook actually. We have 30 seconds before legal matters kick in. Our teacher says so. Well, I think that's enough about Chikara. There was another guy that took a trip this weekend to visit some good friends. Death Valley Don Papuga, and does Jack have a nickname? I can't remember. He might be muted. I don't know. There he is. Hello.
Not muted.
Hey!
It's cutting in and out is what's happening.
All right. Well, we'll let you have the floor.
Yes, I did spend this past weekend and a couple of other days as well down in the beautiful city of Baltimore, Maryland, visiting Death Valley, Don Papuga, and the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Jack Bunja. And if you want to read about that, the trip itself, go over to tindispatchbox.blogspot.com, my little travel blog I put together there. And there's a little bit of business about the trip down. Now, But I was down there for a reason. I was down there to see WWE Extreme Rules, and I live tweeted the whole thing. So let's go to the notes. Well, first let me say, it was the first Mariner Arena that it was at, and it looked teeny and tiny compared to Mellon Arena, which looks teeny and tiny in and of itself. We had excellent seats. It's a lot like Mellon, not a bad seat in the house. A lot of fun. We got treated to a dark match of Kofi Kingston versus Dolph Ziggler. Short. Kofi won. Kids fucking lose their mind for Kofi Kingston. Now, I don't know what you guys thought about this, but in the beginning of the pay-per-view, there was Triple H versus Sheamus, almost.
Yeah, I thought that was an interesting turn.
I think they just did it so that, Sheamus could still go over and Triple H wouldn't look too bad, and I think Triple H is going to have some time off.
But there is reports that he's supposed to have a neck injury that he's going to be dealing with in the coming weeks. So, I think that's pretty much set up for him, taking care of that. So, I think it works for what it is, unfortunately. We still got a pretty good match out of it, in the end.
Definitely. I'm sure he's going to come back at SummerSlam.
I don't like that Triple H had to be given such a large excuse, though.
You know what, though? He's one of their bigger guys. Why not?
Well, I mean, look at Randy Orton. Randy Orton got beat clean by Jack Swagger. He didn't need a pre-existing injury.
No, but that was more to put over Jack Swagger. So,
this was supposed to put over Sheamus, but Sheamus needed 5 boots to the head and attacking him with a pipe beforehand
one, it's Triple H, and two, you know what, fucking, god damn it, Swagger can go over clean because he has a title right now. I'm sure if Sheamus was a title holder, he would have went over a little cleaner as well.
And they set him up for that. They set him up that he kind of needed it at that point, I mean, that was kind of the thing going in. It's like, Orton's going to become a champ, obviously, because Swagger's just gotten beat 3 times in a row by guys all over WWE on TV. So that set up that you're pulling for the Orton, you think he's going to win, and you're shocked when Swagger pulls it around. It's still, it's still kind of booking 101 as far as that goes. And they've made everybody look potentially weak that's gone through with the Money in the Bank the first time. CM Punk got slaughtered for the first couple months, still holding the belt, Edge, like he said on TV, he lost the belt within weeks at the next pay-per-view. So, and I don't think it's apples and oranges when you're talking about Triple H and Orton situation there. So, LB, back to your notes.
Yes, sir. Well, up after that was Show Miz, and again, it was really weird. Miz came out and said, "Oh, we'll fight anybody," and then Teddy Long came out and said, "Oh, you'll fight anybody, will ya?" And Miz was like, "Yeah, we'll fight anybody, you're a little bitch," and he just kept going, "Keep talking, go ahead, keep talking," and he kept adding tag teams to it until finally Big Show shut Miz up, which was actually pretty funny. Okay, first up was Morrison versus R-Truth, whatever. I wish they'd do something better with Morrison. Next up was the ex-cons, Mark Henry and MVP, which is not a joke. Mark Henry, choked the fan or something, who, of course, lost. And then I kind of blacked out for a minute because Bret Hart showed up. I don't remember. I remember yelling a lot, falling over, and I'm pretty sure I blacked out, and the Hart Foundation won the match afterwards. Who knows? But Bret Hart was there, and that's what's important. What did you guys think of the whole tag debacle?
Yeah. Well, I think we were having a discussion that it was kind of hard to watch a tag gauntlet like that after the tag matches we saw all weekend long. So
yeah.
So it was kind of a good demonstration of WWE's tag division versus everything else. So, but no, it was, I don't know. It was what it was. You knew where they're going with it. Everything's obvious.
I thought it was okay considering they were trying to cap fix what they missed on Raw because of the volcano.
Yeah, and that's definitely what it felt like. It felt like this confrontation was supposed to happen Monday, obviously. So there's a little bit of catch up there, and we kind of suspected they'd be adding something after we looked at the list and saw how many matches there were. So it fit right in with what we expected, which is again WWE is getting pretty predictable. So.
Up after that was CM Punk versus Rey Mysterio, and let me tell you, that match was fucking it was great match. I mean, there were some quiet spots there in the middle, but all the near falls were very convincing, and it came down to Punk won with an assist from a.
Yes, it is.
Hold on, I don't know where that's coming from.
For everything. That's a magic number. Texas goes to Pasadena.
Sorry about that, guys. Apparently the thing just
Damn online commercials.
Yes.
Punk won with an assist from a mystery man who came out from under the ring. And
you're good.
Hello?
Yes.
Sorry.
The internets are against us tonight.
Nobody
It's okay.
actually saw his face, but everybody seems to think it was Joey Mercury.
Mercury, okay.
Myself included.
We thought it was low key at first.
No, it was too big to be
A little
low key.
too big to be low.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think it was kind of spoiled on Twitter who was under the mask.
Oh yeah.
Hello?
Hold on.
Hello?
We're having a second. I don't know where the extra audio is coming from. Well, we're going to kill this off just in case.
I'm hearing like small bursts of noise. That's it.
Sorry about that. Are you good now? I killed something.
Here to left there.
Okay, you guys are good. How about LB? Are you back with us?
I'm here, yeah.
Okay. I think we lost a connection there and came back, and I think it like refreshed every window that was open that had paused, so it was feeding back through, and you guys were looping. So, but we're back, ladies and gentlemen. I think
we're back.
It looks like.
All right.
Sorry about that.
Back in the saddle
That's all right.
again.
Up after that was JTG versus Shad, a strap match, and let me tell you, it was very uncomfortable sitting so close to Washington D.C. In a match where two black men beat each other with leather straps. That was a little weird. I'm going to be honest with you.
Wow.
A little uncomfortable for my brothers. Yeah, but JTG won. Great match. I enjoyed it. Well, not great. Okay. It's an okay match. And I really hope JTG is the one who gets the push out of this, because really, Shad, he's a passable big guy, but he's nothing that special. Orton versus
Considering
Swagger,
it was considering it was their first real big foray onto a pay-per-view, like as singles guys, it was pretty passable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they could have been a lot worse.
I thought JTG did a really good job in the whole thing. Orton versus Swagger. We talked about that a little bit. It was an okay match. Very blah, mediocre. Swagger won. Orton hit him afterwards. Oh, little kids fucking love Randy Orton. I don't know why. I can't shed any light on that, but they fucking love him.
See, that's the thing. I can't believe Randy Orton's face.
Yeah, and especially after what we saw on Raw, it was I don't know. I don't know where they're going with them, especially like with Edge coming out, you know. And it just and people bitching about Cena being like kind of a heel tactic, and that's exactly, you know, what they're doing with Orton. You know, I mean, we cheer this guy for kicking people in the head and giving them concussions, you know. So
yep.
But I guess they were cheering for him anyways. Why not?
Still a heel. He's not really a face yet.
Yeah, but he's not even really a Stone Cold heel, I think.
This is the kind of face he should have been his entire time. The first time they turned him face.
Yeah. Well, he's much better at what he's doing than he was before. So I think people just like how he does it and how he's ruthless, and they're going to cheer him for it, and we're going with it. Notice he's doing the pose again. He's doing the arms out pose again, you know. So that's definitely a sign of, go ahead and cheer me, guys. I'm not going to be pissed. So it was a weird transition for them. I mean, it's like Legacy should have come out the faces, you know, from under his wing, not the other way around. But,
I think that was the goal, but
He
it just didn't pan out
them.
that way.
What's that, WrestleFan? Yeah,
I think Orton gets kind of the rub because
Sheamus
he's
won.
been around a
Nobody
while.
cared.
Whoa! I think everybody caught up at the same time. WrestleFan, you had something first.
Well, I was just gonna say, I mean, like you said, with the whole Legacy being the heels in this, you know, Orton attacked them.
Mm-hmm.
That's the part I'll get.
Yeah, exactly. He was the one that was being the dick at first. I don't know, maybe they were just noticed the reaction that he was getting over them, and they went with it. But it's been an interesting development.
See, the thing is with Orton, I think the fans give him more respect because of what he's done so far in the company. I mean, if you look at DiBiase and Rhodes, like, they are literally there because their last names happen to be DiBiase and Rhodes.
Yeah.
Randy Orton tried that when he first started, and he got some back, even though they're trying to make him a face.
Mm-hmm.
But Orton has come into his own. He's beaten guys like Cena, Undertaker, Triple H, and all stuff like that. He's earned the fans' respect. So I think it is kind of like a Steve Austin thing, or even more like a Rock thing. Like, they can pretty much do anything, and as long as it's to a guy they like less, people are going to cheer it. So I mean, the thing I like about Orton is that he hasn't changed anything of what he's doing beyond the taunt, beyond the little arms up taunt that we all love doing.
Mm-hmm.
They're just changing who he's doing it to.
Yeah, that's kind of my feeling on the whole thing. But you know, it's working. They're maybe this is them finally trying something different though. But so, back to you, LB. Maybe.
What?
I'll say back to you.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, it might be the delay. My bad.
Again,
He was
I'm just
looking
hearing,
at
like, little
porn.
bursts of noise.
Oh.
Sheamus won, and honestly, nobody cared. It was dead silent in the arena. It was not a very decent match, and then it was over. And then the Divas came up, and then we went on a smoke break. And then Mad Mike made me very angry. Because he told me that I missed Awesome Kong. And I'll flip shit if I miss my Kongy Poo showing up in WWE. Fact.
I'm sorry, Lunchbox.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Messing with you from 2 hours away. Awesome. So, well, how was the cage match in person, which I believe is your first cage match live?
You know, it was really mediocre.
Really?
First live cage match, I think so, yeah. Mediocre, live, yeah. It was a little awkward. I also tweeted, many children chanting spear, sounds like a million baby birds. It was really weird to be in that arena.
Did you want to regurgitate in your mouth?
And, yes, I almost puked my stadium nachos all over them.
Excellent.
What I tweeted was Edge wins a pretty enjoyable cage match. Related note, I miss blood. And I honestly think that match would have been better with blood.
Just a heads up.
It would have gotten it over as a more match. Otherwise, you know, we're just watching people bounce off of chain link fences, which we all know doesn't really hurt.
All right. What about that main event?
It's just me.
We talked a little bit.
Just bloodthirsty. I don't know.
We talked a little bit about the duct tape situation already. So.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Duct tape.
I don't think we need to elaborate any more on that. Well, the draft was last night, and we lost our cohorts here, so it's just you and me again. I'll be just you and me.
Oh really?
Yeah. That computer restart. So good thing we weren't using it, except for Mad Mike and Russell fan. So here we are again. So the draft. Are we excited about that draft?
Woo!
Isn't that?
Oh man, I love the draft.
Woo!
Let me just start by saying I agree with every move that was made in the draft.
Really?
All of them.
Now, one concern is SmackDown. Who's left? Or is this a chance for Kofi Kingston to get in the title picture without anybody else around? I mean, Taker's still there, I guess, because he's perpetually going to be on Friday. He likes working Tuesdays.
Since they're dropping NXT, SmackDown is also going to become a proving ground of sorts to make people look good.
So SmackDown's going to be kind of the young up-and-comers show, you think?
I think so, and I think it should be.
Okay.
Bring back that cruiserweight title, you know what I mean?
It kind of and they're probably going to slim up the roster even more. They're going to have to at that point. I mean, I think that's part of what we just saw this past week was a little bit more clean house than usual because they do have one less show, to be honest, because all that talent from ECW had to go somewhere because they're not on ECW anymore. Because all the regular guys that are on there, other than people they brought in, which is more faces to put on TV, are the veterans that are on other shows, so they're not dedicated to it. So. I think this has been an interesting experiment, and I think WWE has found their breaking point as far as saturation.
Saturation?
Yeah, saturation of their product. How much is sustainable? How many shows are people willing to watch? As far as that goes. Because let's be honest, I mean, who watches every WWE product out there? You know what I mean? Who's watching Raw and ECW and SmackDown and Superstars, not counting AM Raw.
Mad Mike does.
Mad Mike does. Sure, Mad Mike does. But it's
which I totally respect that.
Well, I mean, yeah. I don't know. I can't imagine doing it without Hulu, and it still bugs the shit out of me that Raw isn't on anywhere else. Raw is the only wrestling program that if I miss it, I've missed it. Except if you have Universal HD, apparently. Because they replay all that stuff on Saturday night. Because I'm not doing anything Saturday night. But maybe that's something to the demographic. But maybe we're saying the same thing with pay-per-views. There's been a lot of talk about maybe like TNA. I think we might even talked about, or maybe it was over the weekend we were talking about this, about TNA should really scale back their pay-per-view action because they're not making money off that, and obviously they're trying to make their show stand out by being pay-per-view quality with the matches with RVD versus AJ Styles, with giving away Jeff Hardy versus RVD so quick, which, that's fine. I think you could be a wrestling company without pay-per-views in this day and age. You make enough money off of TV and merchandise. Isn't that just another thing? If it's not making you money, why keep it around? So.
I agree.
Even though I know WWE.
From what I could hear of that, I agree.
And then WWE, well, when they had like 15 pay-per-views a year and trying to push for more, they say they're still making plenty of money. So I think it'll be interesting to see if they hit that saturation breaking point for that and start scaling those back. We're already ditching the Survivor Series, If something without that lineage can't last, then what's the point? But it's like
it does make me sad.
Yeah, definitely. So I want to try to get our guys up here. As far as the supplemental draft was today, I can see if I can get that list up. The last little bit of it, JTG did not move. I'm sorry, I keep mistaking that. I think Shad went to Raw, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I don't think so.
I'm sorry, I don't have.
I didn't think they moved any of the Crime Time guys.
Really? All right, so they'll still have their feud there, I guess. So
I could be wrong. I have the supplemental draft in front of me, but not the
okay, go for
main
it.
draft.
Go for it.
Supplemental. They moved the MVP to SmackDown, which I guess
which is kind of back to
David
home
Hart.
for him.
What's that?
Which is kind of back to home for him, so that's fine.
Oh, that's on my side. I was hearing basketball. They moved, basically they moved all of the Hart Foundation to Raw, which is awesome, but it doesn't matter because the unified tag champions can go where the fuck they want.
Yeah, but we know that they're going to stay there when they lose it, if they do quickly or not. So, but of course we'll forget about it, just like we forgot that Miz and Big Show were on Raw, because I thought one of them was on SmackDown, to be honest, but I guess that was Jericho. So, which is on Raw now, by the way. So, I mean, really, did this one seem that exciting? First of all, people got way too excited for Kelly Kelly going to SmackDown. Come on.
People lost their shit, man.
Yeah, what the hell? It's Kelly Kelly, okay? It's not like it's fucking...
She was a fucking trending topic on Twitter.
Yeah.
Well, do you know why people are so excited, Sorg?
Why?
Oh,
because
man,
we're going. Hi.
Hey, they're back. I wanted to subtly bring them in, but so a little more professional like. But
people want to see the return of Extreme Expose.
Oh, jeez. No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. Who? Who are these people? Who are these people? Are we that out of touch with the regular wrestling audience on this show?
They'll be calling her. I'm joking. Team Lay Cool will be calling her Smelly Kelly within 2 weeks. I guarantee you this.
I don't know. They seem to be smiling about it. Maybe they're thinking about recruiting her because she is pretty, because she's simply beautiful or whatever they're calling themselves.
No, Sorg, trust me. Michelle McCool was in the chat room during the live supplemental draft. Michelle McCool saying that there was a lot of things she could do to quote Kelly Kelly.
LB, you were saying something I think didn't make it through. What was that?
Oh, I said maybe it's because she's some fresh snatch on the tour bus.
Hey, there you go. There you go. Speaking
Pretty
of fresh...
soon she'll be banging the Undertaker.
Speaking of fresh snatch on the tour bus, WrestleFan, you're back. Well,
Mother.
Oh no, it's doing it again. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Hold on, I'm gonna kill them off for a second until that commercial ends.
You know what? There's two things about the supplemental draft that really got me excited. One, Hornswoggle to SmackDown. Get him the fuck off of Raw. I'm tired of it. And two, Ezekiel Jackson to Raw. Big Zeke.
Where'd Big Zeke go?
He's coming to Raw.
Big Zeke is going to become Virgil.
He's fine. Oh, if he became a Virgil, that would be amazing. Although DiBiase's really got to stop doing the Ted be like my dad stuff. Let's get into real quick. We're running out of time here. Again, we got a new show coming up in about 20 minutes here live, so I want to get right through this. The cuts from this past week. Of course, Michael Q. Knoxville is no longer on WWE.
Sorry, don't remind me.
It's the end of an era. Michael Q. Knoxville, even though he was on Friday, as was Mickey James, who was also let go. WrestleFans crying. Chad the Shad's crying. We're all weeping and died a little bit inside. Also, Shelton Benjamin, who we thought would always be a lifer, but as I believe Mad Mike pointed out, Team Angle in TNA. I'm down with it.
I bet Kurt Angle takes approximately 91 days off.
It comes back with a new team.
You Mike Knoxville
with Shelton and Charlie and Thea Vidal.
Who else got let go? And
Jimmy Wang. Who the fuck is calling me?
Katie Lee Burchill got let go. And I lost everybody.
I'm gonna miss her too, but now we can get her on the show.
Katie Lee Burchill?
Yeah, Katie Lee Burchill is second in my affection only to the sweet, the wonderful chocolate bonbon.
Man, she
Austin
looks like
Kong.
she would whip you, dude.
Kong you poo, I'm talking to you. Come see Papa Lunchbox.
And TNA kind of having their own woes.
We should have a Mayhem show thing.
I do believe both Daphne and Angelina Love got hurt last week, and we talked about it a little bit on because it happened Tuesday night, basically as this show was happening at the TNA tapings. Of course, Daphne got a pretty much a sumo drop from the ropes from a rather larger wrestler. That's from the Team 3D Wrestling School. And there's been some updates on her. She's doing fine. I think Angelina Love hurt herself at the tapings as well. So it's a rough time for the Knockouts division, that's for sure. So, of course.
Did anyone actually?
Awesome Kong.
Speaking of Awesome Kong, I want to go with that one. LB.
Lunchbox.
If only they had Awesome Kong.
Oh, there you go. There
but
you
she's
go.
all mine.
She just destroy the rest.
And Ring of Honors. and all mine.
But you never know. You never know.
Who the fuck is this Miss Tessmacher?
Miss Tessmacher?
God, I hate TNA.
She assists Lex.
Oh, it's so bad.
She assists Lex Luthor in his aid to Gabe Land.
Look from an extreme
Chelsea. Just fuck TNA. God,
I don't know why WrestleFan's so low, but
heartburn just looking at their
We
website.
just had 2 extreme expose references in 2010.
Daphne has new pictures. Oh my goodness, Daphne has new pictures up.
we'll be looking at those later.
Sweet baby Jane.
WWE star Mark Henry was arrested and issued an adult's caution following an incident that occurred at the Hilton in Belfast, Ireland last weekend, according to ProWrestling.net. I was trying to get...
Are tax, or those are tax. Down by her,
I'm going to look at that.
her, ladies region.
No, you know what's?
Wow.
Wait, tax?
Daphne.
Tax and lady regions?
Oh,
Tax
man.
down by her lady
That
region.
is
Go to
sexy.
TNA.
That is sexy and
Sorry,
derailed
to interrupt
at the same time.
you. Go to TNAWrestling.com and look at Daphne's gallery. Wow.
Tax by lady regions.
All right, guys. Is there anything else we want to talk about real quick before we go? We really do got to cut out of here.
We can vote who the next TNA #1 contender is.
With Desmond Wolfe is in there. Now they need
As
to make
long as
this
it's one of the-
serious. It's a very limited. You got Jeff Hardy, you got Jeff Jarrett, you got Desmond Wolfe. I think you got Sting in there. I don't care. Give me like a real list. Put the Amazing Red in there. Put ODB in there for why not, right?
They should just put the entire roster on the list, but they can't because it's like 87 people.
Yeah. I mean, it's just come on, guys. Come on. Hold on, I'm looking for the Lady Regions.
The good news is former Ring of Honor World Champion Desmond Wolfe. Apparently, I'm looking at the results right now. Over 100,000 votes have been cast already. Desmond has received over 30,000 votes, with 27% of the votes, beating with 22% by Jeff Hardy. One of the interesting things I found from it, the lowest person getting the least amount of votes is Abyss.
Which bodes well for how he's been doing lately. Wasn't there word that he was going to get? Oh no, he just got a title shot, didn't he? Like couple.
Well, also you have to remember, RVD is the champion. People aren't going to want to see Abyss fight RVD.
Mm-hmm. But remember, it's fan choice too.
Well, not today's Abyss. Never mind.
Not today's Abyss.
Abyss 3 years ago, I like to see him fight RVD.
Okay, yeah. Like a hardcore match or something. That'd be ridiculous.
Heel Abyss, I would love to see. You know who I'd like to see fight RVD? This apparently new pissed off Samoa Joe.
Yes. Yes.
Joe's not even on the list for people.
I know he's not on the list, WrestleFan. That was my point. The people who I'd actually enjoy watching RVD fight is not on the list.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know we're pissed off about that, but that TNA is doing several things right, including, as we were just talking about, there it is, if you pay attention to your screen, Daphne and Thumbtacks have never been so sexy.
And you know what's funny? Now I know some of the people on the tattoos around her lady regions.
Wow.
Really?
What? It's Chikara people, I believe.
No.
That kind of looks like someone I saw from Chikara.
No, it's just close. It has to be.
That kind of looks like it, Sorg.
Amazing. All right. Anyways, guys, we do really got to wrap this up.
She has the colony on her pubis.
No, I don't think she does.
Oh,
do some research. We'll figure that out.
She has colony on her pubis. That
Ladies
is
and
awesome.
gentlemen, WrestleFan, we'll go with you because you're the less traveled of the week. What did you learn from wrestling this week?
I learned Daphne has a Birdman tattoo.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that down there?
This is what I'm saying, Sorg.
Wow. Okay, maybe. She's hot. She's spicy. Mad Mike, what did you learn? What did you learn from wrestling in your travels this weekend?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I learned that Chikara is a damn fine product, and that I want to see Hornswoggle fight Dragon.
Fantastic.
I have a feeling that will be match of the year.
DJ Lunchbox, what'd you learn from wrestling in your travels this weekend?
Missy learned that we're pervs.
Oh, well, that is...
I learned that no matter where you go, no matter what city you're in, no matter what state you're in, essentially, at the heart of things, all wrestling fans are the same. When I was in that crowd, moving around, Sorg, she also learned that you're a ring rat, Sorg.
Oh, yeah.
Mayhem Missy learned that you're a ring rat.
That came from this weekend, yes.
That is dirty.
Wow.
Anyway, when I was in that crowd, wandering around, looking at the people around me, just felt like I was in any show in Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
Wrestling fans are wrestling fans the world over. That's what I learned. Sorg.
Yes.
Aside from being a ring rat and how to give a proper blowjob, what did you learn?
Oh, hey.
To be fair, he does give a proper blowjob.
That is proper ring rat skills. Ask WrestleFan's mother.
Well, I have several things I learned this weekend.
Damn it!
I've learned what? I learned that puppets give bad advice in Connect 4, and Steve the Turtle Wiener is a Connect 4 jobber.
Huge-headed puppet.
Speaking of huge heads.
No. Whoa, this is my time. I also learned that even Philly fans don't think they're going to win the next round of the playoffs. Because I was talking to one in line, and also, when you say, I don't think we're going to face so-and-so, and I don't think we have this many points, I don't think we were doing so good at the end of the season, make sure if you're in a different city, you're both speaking about the same team. Okay? So, other than we were wearing Penguins gear and everything. Also, Colin Delaney, Penguins fan. Oh no. So, that's the all around. Other than that, Chikara, fantastic promotion, had a great time. Obviously, you had a great time there at the pay-per-view in Baltimore. We all had great trips. I think we're going to do this again sometime. Of course, I'm going back next month for a whole nother reason.
By the way.
Yes?
By the way, Mike. The Cowboys.
Cowboys? Oh, the Cowboys!
Yes. Hey, WrestleFan, you know what? Fuck your mother.
Fuck your mother.
That is.
Go check that out. That's on our Facebook pages. That might make it to the site actually. There was a giant "Fuck the Cowboys" graffiti right across the street from the ECW arena. And a very sad man Mike took a picture by it. Stay tuned, guys. Next week, we are going to get all that fine editing together. There'll be several things on YouTube, but most importantly, right here in the Wrestling Mayhem Show, we will have interviews as long as all the audio worked out with Johnny Gargano, Christopher Daniels, M-Dog20, Matt Cross, Mike Quackenbush, some guy from Big Japan. I can't remember his name because I don't know Japanese. Dice K. He's a crazy motherfucker. And everything else, even a surprise somebody that's just somebody interesting we talked to. I'm just pointing at that. But plenty going on. Check us out next week again. WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Check us on Twitter @MayhemShow to see everything going on. We talk a lot about stuff. Try to get in some conversation there. Check in to the phone line at 412-206-WMS0. Let's hear your voice. Hit us up. Just whatever. Tell us to fuck off, just like Jim Cornette did on the hotline, please. Also, and if you want to drop your thoughts or anything to goodtimes@WrestlingMayhemShow.com. And please help support the show. Go to that link. Go check out audiobooks. It really will change kind of how you look at books. audiblepodcast.com/Sorgatron Media to get your free audiobook and help out this show. Thank you, everybody. I think had great discussions. Thank you, Logan Shulo, for being on the show. Lunchbox is at thoughtfulriot.com and at DJ Lunchbox. Mad Mike is at Mad Mike 4883. And what was it? Mad Mike?
What?
What's your site?
whitemanwithcandy.blogspot.com.
Thank you. I didn't want to screw that one up. I have problems with the longer ones. WrestleFan's at WrestleFan2000, and he's at thewrestlefanrunner.blogspot.com. WordPress.com. My bad. And of course, check us out. We'll be here right next week with all the Chicago everything. Stay tuned. We're going to have our first free music fun time show with Sorgatron. We might have a guest. I'm not sure. We'll check here next week. Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Thank you for listening to the Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Please subscribe to our iTunes streams and blog at WrestlingMayhemShow.com.
Email us at goodtimes@WrestlingMayhemShow.com or call us with any comments at 412-206-WMS0. We love to hear from our fans, and who knows, maybe you'll make it onto the show.
The Wrestling Mayhem Show was recorded live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, in front of a live internet audience, and is a production of Sorgatron Media.
You can be part of the show as we record live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern on TalkShoe.com and Eastern.tv.